Hello, and welcome to Oddest Plays. Ever so slightly belated video. I mean, it's been a little while since my last one. Thanks for waiting around. That's hugely appreciative. And today, I would like to talk about the Nintendo NX. System is due to be revealed and stuff in 2016, and it seems like there's some third-party publishers that actually got to see it and get feel for what it is at this year's E3, and apparently the reception was positive. We'll talk a bit about that in just a second. First off, I just want to say, remember that Splatoon Rage video from just it's the last video, it's the last one. Save data came back. It's all back, it's fine, it's all okay. Thought you should know that one. Also, I will be doing a video regarding a hands-on with some of the games that Nintendo showed at E3 this year, including Star Fox Zero, which I managed to play, and Super Mario Maker. And I have good things to say about that, so stay tuned for that video whenever it happens. I sort of lag behind with these things, as you may have noticed. But right now, I want to talk about the NX. I want to talk about the NX, because the NX I'm interested in, and you're interested in. So let's get right down to it. There is a lot of talk about what the NX could be, and straight away I want to say that obvious things obvious. There's going to be a unified OS for Nintendo's future handheld and home consoles. Assuming Nintendo stay in both the business of both handhelds and home consoles, there's going to be a unified OS for that. That's going to make porting games to each system easier. The cross-buy is going to be easier. Porting the engines is going to be so much easier. And that brings me straight on to my next point, which is I really do think the NX will be a console/portable hybrid. And the main reason for this is primarily the overwhelming success of Nintendo's handheld division and the sort of lagging sales of the Wii U. I think Nintendo, after the Wii U, has seen that it's going to be very difficult to get back into the home console space. The Wii's unique gimmick isn't going to be replicated again. They're not just going to whack another Wii out there, and it's not going to be just a success because people have tablets now and they have smartphones, and the casual gamers, that's where they are. They don't care about Mario Kart anymore. They've got Angry Birds Kart, and for them that's close enough. Okay? Yeah, I know, they're not the same, that's no good, but for the casual crowd, that's fine, and that's fine. Because we don't need the casual crowd, okay? Imagine if every person who owned a 3DS owned a Wii U as well. The sales would be fantastic. The NX, this is obviously just something I'm throwing out there, but I genuinely think the NX will run every first-party Nintendo game in like both a handheld and console format. That sounds a bit dodgy. Let's try and elaborate this just a little bit more. The home console version of the NX and the handheld version, they will be essentially the same system, and I think the games will be scalable across both. You'll be getting your standard handheld definition graphics that you'll be used to with the 3DS, and probably more Vita-like. Yeah. So say Vita style handheld graphics, and then more Wii U home console graphics. That's the sort of power specs you should be expecting. We've had people such as Tamaki/Liam from Unseen64 mention that the NX will not be as powerful as the PS4. No fucking shit. Okay? No fucking shit. If you just fucking think about it for a few minutes, are Nintendo going to release a console on par with PS4 and XP1 halfway through the life of PS4 and XP1? Fuck no, they're not. That would be a fucking stupid idea. There is absolutely no way they're going to do that. That would be ridiculous. The people that wanted the PS4 and Xbox One for those graphical capabilities, they have bought that system and they currently own that system. They don't fucking want a Nintendo system to do the same thing. They definitely don't, alright? People aren't gonna see a Nintendo console as powerful as the PS4 and say, I'll get that instead, or I'll get that as well. That's not gonna happen, okay? Not at this point. If they all came out at the same point, Nintendo was saying, here's a console on par with the others, but it's also got Nintendo first parties, and the third party publishers gave that system support, then oh my god, yes, Nintendo would just dominate. That's not gonna happen. It's not happening. You are not going to see a Nintendo system with those sorts of specs. I'm sorry. No. 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 Nintendo are very much about using older technology, cheaper technology to have great effects. With the 3DS, it's not a powerful system. The Vita came out at pretty much the same point. But the 3DS, not as powerful, still did so much better because it used what it had really well. And we can say the same thing about the DS and the PSP. We can say the same thing about the Wii U versus the current gen of consoles, the PS4 and Xbox One, because the Wii U, then Nintendo are using art style to bring out the power of the Wii U, and seeing things like Mario Kart 8, Smash Brothers, and Splatoon in 60 frames per second, the amount of colours and the detail that's coming out of that system, you understand why Nintendo has the philosophy they do, because they can do amazing things with low-powered systems. We are not going to see a system much more powerful than the Wii U. That's not gonna happen. It might be more powerful, but by much, don't reckon. Don't reckon. I don't reckon it's going to be an incredible leap at all. But there will be a gimmick. There will be a gimmick. There will be a gimmick, and I sort of think I know what this gimmick is going to be. And how about, we know that Nintendo is partnering with DNA to release mobile games to some sort of certain extent of whatever. Here's the thing, DNA could easily release an app for smartphones and tablets, making those smartphones and tablets controllers for Nintendo games. You are there playing your home console, playing your home system, and you have your friends over. You only have 2 controllers, yet you have 5 fucking friends. Oh my god, they just whack out their goddamn phone and start playing with you. Like, in a non-weird way. Sure, that's not as great as a controller, but for a lot of party games, for simple things like Mario Party, or a game of Pokemon, that is fine. That is perfectly fine. It's never going to work for something like Super Smash Brothers. It's unlikely that will ever work for something like Splatoon, something where precision controls are very helpful. But for a lot of the more simple, laid-back Nintendo games, such as the party games, using your phone or a tablet as a controller, it's going to be perfectly fine. It's going to be perfectly fine. And you know for a fact that the DNA partnership will again reflect more on the games themselves. They are going to be taking the idea of portability in mind. I'm going to leave that one at that. And I really do think, because like I said, I feel like this is a hybrid console, and as a result I feel like you'll buy your game for your NX handheld and you'll be able to play that on your NX home console straight away. Whether or not they'll release in 2 sort of separate products like that, I don't know. I haven't really thought all that through, but I genuinely do believe the NX will be sort of one system with 2 versions. Whether or not they'll probably sell those separately and not bundle them together, but that's genuinely what I believe. I do think there will be some games that will obviously be like NX home console exclusive, NX handheld exclusive, but for the vast majority of it, we're going to see a lot of cross-buy titles that you can play on both systems straight away, to accommodate for those gamers that like to game on the go, and those gamers that like to just sit in their bedroom or on their sofa just playing games. And I feel like it's really important Nintendo goes for both those crowds. Now, does anyone want to hear a crazy theory? Because I have a crazy theory. I want to say, with a slight amount of trepidation, mind you, that the NX will be modular and upgradable, or at least the home version. Now, This is because, like I said, I don't see them ever releasing a console. Well, I don't see them releasing a console in the next like 6 years that matches the PS4's power. What if they gave you the option to buy the NX graphical upgrade? These games, which I mentioned could be made scalable between the handheld and home console versions, why not be able to make them entirely scalable? Like PC scalable. If you upgrade your system, your NX could auto-detect your setting, your system, and then adjust the game settings accordingly. Literally a Nintendo NX upgrade pack you plug into the back, it's actually a graphics card, it's actually RAM, it's actually etc, etc. A modular console that can be purchased for a small price and then upgraded depending on your wants. That would be fantastic. This is the crazy theory though. Well, the other things I mentioned, like the DNA, integrating like tablets as controllers and the unified OS and the console portable hybrid, I actually firmly believe in all of that. Like, I'd be surprised if I was really, really off the mark with any of that. This, I'm totally just spitballing, throwing shit out there, but imagine that. Imagine having a home console NX, which is a slightly budget version, you know? The basic version, if you will. And that will run your lovely Splatoon in your beautiful 720p 60 frames per second, and you'll be happy with it. Then you decide to get the upgrade for your home NX, and you got the exact same Splatoon, but 1080p 60 frames per second, or whatever resolution it manages to do it at. This is entirely possible, I think, anyway. I won't say it's definitely going to happen because I've been wrong before, horrifically, but I think that has a lot of potential. This also gives Nintendo the opportunity to release more games on the mobile devices, like I said, because of the scalable nature of them, if that's what they go for. If that's what they go for. But like I said, the modular, scalable stuff, I'm just spitballing. But yeah. What do you think the NX is going to be? It's not going to be PS4 powerful. Don't say that. Don't say that. It's not. It's not. It's no. 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 It's not going to happen. However, the unified console portable is likely. They have specified over and over again that this is a dedicated video game platform. That's all they fucking said. Dedicated video game platform. They didn't say home console. They didn't say they've obviously inferred that it's not part of their mobile DNA partnership, but if that didn't factor into it somehow, I'd be very surprised. As we do know, the DNA partnership will include like the reward system. It will very likely include your unified account, which will have all your digital games stored onto it. This could work. Nintendo could really win a lot of people back just by giving the option to play their games either on the move or at home, those same games. I do think we are past the point where Nintendo can sell both the home system and the handheld system, because there are so many gamers out there that either don't get Nintendo or don't care about Nintendo. And Nintendo aren't likely to win those gamers back. They aren't likely to ever win those gamers back. A lot of those gamers, I was gonna say, are like teenagers and kids that didn't grow up with Nintendo in the same way that some of you who are watching may have, and they just don't get it. My nephews don't get Nintendo, and it kills me. Because you see them play Nintendo, you see them play Mario Kart, you see them play Super Smash Bros. And they really enjoy it, they have a lot of fun, but they will never ask for that shit for Christmas. And that's a shame. It's still seen as uncool, and when I was in school that was supposed to be uncool, but like I didn't give a fuck. But now I'm just utterly ranting. Thank you very much for watching. What do you think will become of the NX? I want to know what you think. Leave a comment in the section below and tell me how stupid I am. Because people will. They will. And I'm looking forward to it. Thank you very much for watching Odders Plays. Like I said, leave your comments about the NX below somewhere. and have a wonderful time.